All right, race fans, we are here for the Daytona 500 for the eNASCAR Heat Offline Series. Today's starting lineup was determined from the Daytona duels that happened on Sunday. And of course, the Daytona Duel 1, it got the inside row, and Daytona Duel 2 got the outside row. So, here is your starting lineup for today's Daytona 500. On the pole for this one is the number 43 of NASCAR IndyCar. To the outside of him is the number 11 of Donald. Row 2 on the inside, we have the 14 of Kyle Morris, and to the outside of him is the number 12 of Ryan Steinberg. Row number 3 on the inside is the 42 of Prime Speed. To the outside of him is number 24 of Chris Hughes. Row number 4, we have the 16 of David Hanks and the number 1 of Creed Daniel. Row 5, we have the 48 of Schlomotion, who is a sponsor of this race. The outside of him is number 47 of Aero Racing Designs, a Daytona Clash winner. Row number 6, we have the number 20 of Julian Beeston. To the outside of him is the number 21 of JC 1997. Row 7, we have the 33 of Noah DeWister. The outside of him is number 13 of Josh Drake. Row number 8 on the inside is number 22 of Dakota Honecker. To the outside of him is number 44 of Billy Workman. Row number 9, we have the 37 of Green Flag Studios. To the outside of him is number 17 of Tyler Barclay. Row number 10, we have the 88 of Anthony Hernandez, and the outside of him is number 59 of Jimmy Tetzner Jr. Row number 11, we have the number 6 of Maxwell Fye on the inside, and to the outside of him is the number 9 of Cam Clary. Row 12, we have the number 3 of DP Games, and the number 32 of Super Squad, Papito Perez. Row number 13, we have the number 27 of Kyle Danielson. Outside of him is number 41 of Xavier Robinson. To round out the field for this race is the number 95 of Dutch Mafia on the inside of row number 14, and the outside of him is the number 8 of Connor Cummins. So that is your starting lineup for the Daytona 500 presented by Schlomotion. Let's go over the schedule for this series. As after the Daytona 500, we'll head to Las Vegas on March 19th for the DuPont 400. March 26th, we'll head to Auto Club for the Racing Fan for Life 400. On April 2nd will be the Hook'em Hoodlum 500 at Texas Motor Speedway. On April 16th, we'll be at Richmond for the Skytrace 400. April 30th, we'll be at Talladega for the Dr. Pepper 500, which is going to be promoted for the Dr. Pepper Xfinity Series for JC 1997's online Heat 3 League for PS4. May 14th will be the Icy 400 at Kansas. On May 25th, there's a Code Red 600 at Charlotte Motor Speedway. June 18th will be the Rips Royal 350 at Sonoma. July 2nd will be at Chicagoland for Daniel Delivers the Land 400. July 16th will be the Unnamed NASCAR Podcast 400 at Kentucky. July 30th will be at Pocono for the Tessner 400. August 13th at Michigan will be the Sub to PewDiePie 400. And then the regular season finale on August 27th at Bristol Motor Speedway for the Elon Musk Throwback 500. Then on August 31st, we now have a location for the Inslide Lane All-Star Race format, and everything else will be the format and how drivers will get into that race will be determined and announced at a later time. As the cars are rolling off, get ready for their pace lap. Then the playoffs will begin on September 3rd for the Indy Designs 500 at Darlington. On September 17th is the Newman Chungus 400 at the Brickyard in Indianapolis. October 1st will be at Watkins Glen for the Bedrock at the Glen. And then the championship finale on August 15th for the Office Depot 400 at Homestead. At the end of after the Bristol race, we will have the top 10 drivers and points qualify for the playoffs. First 3 races of the playoffs. The first playoff driver to cross the line first if they become the winner. If the race winner is a playoff driver, let's put it this way. First place is if the first place position is a playoff driver, they will move on to Homestead Miami Speedway to race for the championship. So after Watkins Glen, we will go from 10 playoff drivers to 4. At Homestead Miami Speedway, the first playoff driver to cross the line will be determined the champion. Pace cars off. Getting ready to take the green flag. Green is out. We are underway with the Daytona 500 presented by Schlomotion. Getting some 3-wide action already in 1 and 2. Chris Hughes and Creed Daniel going to look to take the high side early on. Kyle Morris might try to make it 3-wide for the lead. And it looks like he backed off some, but look at the high line. It's the number 11 of Donald looking to see if he could lead the first lap. Remember, you do get a bonus point for leading a lap, and if you lead the most laps, that's another bonus point for you. Off turn number 4, leading the first lap of the Daytona 500. It's going to be the number 11 of Donald by inches. Another way to earn some bonus points in this is at the halfway point of each race. The top 10 drivers will receive points as well. To understand, they're going to be like stage points. So 10 points for the leader, 9 for second, 8 for third, and all the way to decrease. And each position will decrease by 1 point, all the way down to 1 point for the 10th place driver. No competition cautions here as well. So with this being a 50-lap race, when they cross the line to complete lap 25, the top 10 drivers will get bonus points. Remember, it is not a win and you are in regular season. The winner at the halfway point will also receive 2 playoff points, and the winner of each race will receive 5 playoff points. But like I said earlier, not guaranteed a playoff position. Now Donald continues to lead the field. Doing good so far, coming off of turn number 2 here on lap 4. NASCAR IndyCar might be looking for the lead. Maybe not. Donald throwing the block every which way he can right now on that number 11 FedEx Toyota Camry for Joe Gibbs Racing. He's been one to look out for in that number 11 car, as he was one of the fastest in both practices. As we did not have a final practice yesterday, that ended up being canceled. And obviously he won his duel because he started in the front row for this race. Other drivers to look out for is the 47 of Air Racing Designs, the Daytona Clash winner. Obviously the 43 of NASCAR IndyCar. Maybe one driver to look out for as well is the 14 of Kyle Morris, second in his duel. And unfortunately had 11th place showing at the Clash for this series. But he's also won the season opener for the ND Designs Xfinity Series at Daytona. So Kyle Morris, no stranger to victory lane here at Daytona as well. Some more three-wide action in the back towards the front from about 5th place on back. Looks like when they crossed the line, Donald was the leader, Steinberg in second, NASCAR IndyCar in third, Kyle Morris in fourth, Schlomotion rounds out the top 5, David Hanks in 6th, Chris Hughes 7th, Noah Twister 8th, Cree Daniel 9th, and Dakota Honecker in 10th. And before they cross the line, there's your rest of the running order. Good to see some of the cars that started from the back of the pack try to work their way up towards the front. Maxwell 5 in the 6. I mean, one of them also the 3 of DP Games. The 32 of Super Squad as well. 95 of Dutch Mafia as well. Connor Cummins might be as well in the number 8 car for RCR. And here comes Dakota Honecker in the tri-oval. Look to see if he can get the lead from Donald. As they head into 1 and 2, he's got the run. Dakota Honecker now leads, but here comes Maxwell Fye in the number 6. Now trying to take advantage of what Dakota Honecker just did, leaving the door open for him. And it looks like the 6 of Maxwell 5 will now lead. With Josh Strake being scored in second, Green Flag Studios in third, Dakota Honecker 4th, Steinberg 5th, Donald 6th, Tesner now up to 7th, Billy Workman in 8th, David Hanks in 9th, and DP Games now into the top 10 in the number 3 car. And then there's also the rest of your running order from 11th to 20th and behind 20th to the rest of the field. Looks like the 42 Speed having some issues. Looks like he went to pit road early on. Something happening to that 42 Chip Ganassi racing machine. But right now your leader is still Maxwell Fye here on lap number 10. Here comes the 12 of Steinberg looking for the race lead, going into turns 3 and 4. Trying anything he can, and look at Donald coming back up, early race leader. Trying to make his way back to the front. As Steinberg will get to lead that lap as they cross the stripe. And tough start to Prime Speed in the number 42. He's just coming off turn 4, so I give it about another couple laps. He will go down a lap. And here we go. Dakota Honaker, even though they're teammates for Team Penske, they were 1-2 for a little bit there. Dakota Honaker gets underneath and takes the lead back, but here comes Donald, number 11, with help from the number 9 of Cam Cleary. Dakota Honaker throws the block in there. But here comes Donald, going to throw it into the inside in turn number 3. Once again with help from Cam Cleary in the Junior Motorsports number 9. Dakota Honaker not going to lead this lap as Donald will go back to leading here in the Daytona 500. And there's Prime Speed. Like I said, he's going to go down a lap here early. And here comes Cam Cleary looking for the lead. Is Prime Speed going to play out as a factor here? Cam Cleary goes up to the high side just in time. Looks like Tessner in the inside lane may have to check up. No, they will not. Tessner gets by. Prime Speed goes to the high line. Everyone on the high line looks to be, they're going to have to check up here. As Cam Cleary, the number 9, got to lead that last lap. Tessner, number 59 for Levi Family Racing. Now looking for the lead. Chris Hughes might join in behind him. 41 of Xavier Robinson, who started towards the back of the pack, is now into the top 5. And the 8 of Connor Cummins starting to join in on the fray, as he was another one that started from the back of the pack. Tessner Jr. leading the way here at Daytona. Here comes Green Flag Studios in the number 37. Can he give GTG Doherty Racing their first win of the season? But here comes the Wood Brothers Ford Mustang, number 16 of David Hanks. He'll get around Green Flag Studios for second. Oh, no, maybe not, because the first round of pit stops are now happening with David Hanks leading this group. And the 88 of Anthony Hernandez also struggling. He's way back. So is NASCAR IndyCar in the 43, your pole sitter. Tough break for a few drivers early on, especially for the 43 of Richard Petty Motorsports of NASCAR IndyCar, the 88 of Junior Motorsports, Anthony Hernandez. And Dutch Mafia will get to lead the first group. And the second group will now come in for pit stops. Jimmy Tesner leading this group here. But the first car to come out of pit row for that first group is Levine Family Racing's Dutch Mafia in the number 95. With the 16 of David Hanks right behind him and the 8 of Connor Cummins. The second group that made the pit stops will be led by the 59 of Levine Family Racing, Jimmy Tesner Jr. And here comes the first group of cars that made pit stops as they get around. So it looks like to be Levine Family Racing will be 1-2 coming across the line. Tesner right now, the leader. And the 95, Dutch Mafia second. Well, three-wide battle for second here. Connor Cummins in the middle of this. Josh Drake in the inside and Dutch Mafia in the high side. And it looks like the inside lane's going to prevail. But they may have to slow things down. Maybe not. As Tesner will let them go on the inside. He moves up high. Unfortunately, he has to block Connor Cummins, who was having a good run after that pit stop. So Josh Dragan, the 13, is your leader. With Green Flag Studios in number 37, following behind him at second, Dakota Honecker in third. So it looks to be a 9-car pack with Chris Hughes leading the next pack in the number 24. And Donald, the number 11, who was leading the race early on, looks to be having some issues. Tough break for the Junior Motorsports 88, Chip Ganassi 42, and Joe Gibbs Racing number 11. NASCAR IndyCar seems to be hanging in there at the number 43, as he was just scored in 13th, so maybe not as tough of a break as I had thought. But David Hanks in the 16 got to lead that last lap. Tyler Barkley and Dutch Mafia right behind him. As here comes Tyler Barkley looking for the lead. Dutch Mafia not sure which lane to take. He looks like he'll stay to the outside. They'll open the door for Cam Cleary and Connor Cummins to come in. But they didn't get as much of a run as David Hanks did in the high side. But coming through the tri-oval, now they will. As we are approaching the halfway mark. Lap number 21. We are on lap number 21 right now. 20 laps have been completed. So 5 laps to go before we determine who's going to receive the first halfway stage points of the season. And the 6 of Maxwell Fye have that Oscar Mayer Roush Racing Ford, or Roush Fenway Racing Ford. As we look back to some of the other drivers to see how they're doing, the 3 of DP Games leading the second group of cars. He's in the 10th position. Good to see that he's turning his bad luck around here at Daytona. Now they're coming down the backstretch. Here comes Dutch Mafia in the number 95. Can he get help with his teammate from Tessner? I don't think so. Tessner doesn't fall to the inside line. Eventually he does. So he'll line up right behind his teammate. As we are now 3 laps away. Finding out who your top 10 will be at the halfway point. It will receive the halfway stage points. And who's going to be the first driver to get those 2 playoff points? Josh inside. Dutch Mafia and Tyler Barclay are going to throw the block there. Tessner is going to fall back now in the number 59 car. Tyler Barclay leads with 2 to go in this halfway stage. Once we get to halfway, there's no competition cautions. We just keep on racing. And it looks like the 42 of Prime Speed will go down a lap. Is leading the second group of cars is the 21 of GC 1997. Tyler Barclay leading the field here as we are now on lap number 25. So that means next time by, the halfway stage points and 2 playoff points will be awarded. Who's going to take a chance at it? Here comes 16 of David Hanks going to the inside of Dutch Mafia for second. Tyler Barclay holding strong in the number 17 car. Like I said, no competition cautions. We will stay green. And it looks to be Tyler Barclay will grab the first 2 playoff points of the season. So your top 10 in the halfway stage is Tyler Barclay in the 17. David Hanks in the 16 will get second. Green Flag Studios in third. Dakota Honecker fourth. Dutch Mafia fifth. Connor Cummins in sixth. Cam Cleary seventh. Josh Drake in eighth. Jimmy Tesnier Jr. in ninth. In GC 1997 will get 1 stage point. And looks to be the second group of cars now coming in. And Kyle Morris challenging underneath JC, and he'll take the 10th spot. But here comes DP Games. Despite starting in the back, He's been a threat so far, competing in the top 10. And speaking of RCR, here comes his teammate Connor Cummins up to the front in the number 8. Looking to see if he'll lead this lap. He will do so by half a car. But here comes Dakota Honaker as we now have one big pack. And Dutch Mafia just able to block Dakota Honaker in the inside lane in turn 3. As we're nearing 20 laps to go here in this Daytona 500 presented by Schlomotion. Dakota Honaker so far leading right now, but here comes Cam Cleary in the number 9. I'm going to see if he could lead a lap here in this 500. Honaker throws the block on the inside. Your Daytona Clash winner, Air Racing Designs, coming up to the front as well as Kyle Morris throws the block and makes the move for second in the number 14 Stuart Haas Racing entry. He is now looking for the lead. He'll have it in turns 1 and 2. So 2 drivers to look out for here in this 500 are in the top 3. Kyle Morris in the 14 and the 47 Aero Racing Designs. And looks like the second round of pit stops are going to be coming in as the 47 of Air Racing Designs will lead the first group of cars. Looks like only 5 drivers coming in. So let's take a look at the rest of the field here. Looks like Cam Cleary in the number 9. Nope. Still Kyle Morris in the 14. As Prime Speed and Maxwell Phi are 1 lap down currently right now. So 26 cars on the lead lap. Donald just right in front of the leaders. Could go down 1 lap. And it looks like he will, as these 4 drivers are still staying out. And looks like Aero Racing Designs in the 47 got to lead that group off of pit road. Kyle Morris has a little bit of a gap between him and second place, which is JC. Chris Hughes now into 3rd. And Tyler Barkley now into 4th. As they're coming up to another slower car. It's the pole sitter, 43 of NASCAR IndyCar. Is Chris Hughes now looking to the inside of JC for second. But it looks to be that more pit stops will be made as JC is staying out for that number 21 Wood Brothers 4. Anthony Hernandez in the 88 made a pit stop as well. Super Squad in the 32. Billy Workman in the 44. Dutch Mafia in the 95. Josh Drake, Kyle Danielson, teammates there for Germain Racing. First car to come out of pit road. Kyle Morris just edging out Chris Hughes and Cam Cleary. As we head back to the front, JC 1997 gonna make his pit stop now. And according to the leaderboard, it is saying the number 3 of DP Games came across second, but he's now in pit road. So the next car to fall back on would be the either the 1 or the 14. No, the 1's on pit road, so it looks to be the 14. Of Kyle Morris. Actually being scored in 6th, with his teammate Xavier Robinson being scored in 5th. Noah Dwister in 4th. Creed Daniel, DP Games, and JC to round that out. There's DP Games in the 3. And JC 1997. I do believe Kyle Morris will be the leader when they come across the stripe. Oh, Donald's going to separate the top 2 there. Kyle Morris is the leader, with Chris Hughes in 2nd, Cam Cleary 3rd, Air Racing Designs 4th, Tyler Barclay to round out the top 5, Connor Cummins in 6th, GC 7th, Dakota Honecker 8th, Kyle Danielson 9th, and Josh Drake to round out your top 10. So we have 26 cars on the lead lap at the moment. Donald's going to try to see if he can get his lap back. But Kyle Morris put a block onto that one. Air Racing Designs in 2nd. Now he's going to look to the inside of Donald so he can try to compete for the lead. We have 15 laps to go here in this Daytona 500. Chris Hughes now looking to make a move in the number 24 car for Hendrick Motorsports. But here comes Aero Racing to the inside of Kyle Morris for the lead. Two Chevys working together in the inside line. Donald, the number 11, still trying to fight to get that lap back. Is Aero Designs now your leader, the number 47, GTG Doherty, Chevy Camaro, leading the charge. So Schlomotion looks like he's going to be the next car to go 1 lap down. He is actually coming off of turn number 4. The leaders are now entering turn number 4, so pretty shortly Schlomotion will be going down a lap in the number 48 Hendrick Motorsports machine. Is right now the top 6 cars are in 1 pack, and then the next pack goes from 7th with the leader of Josh Drake in that pack. And the number 13 car. As Donald moves up high, here comes the 17 of Tyler Barkley looking to get back up to the front. But here comes Kyle Morris, going to throw it back to the inside here in the tri-oval. Aero Racing Designs in the number 47. Looking to get the second win here at Daytona. But will be the first points race if he wins this. As obviously the Clash and the Duels were not non-points races. As they're now coming up on Schlomotion in the 48. Looking to put him a lap down. So the 47 of Aero Racing Designs. Your leader right now. Trying to hang on to this lead and try to win the Daytona 500. So a small little gap between the top two and third, which third right now is going to be Cam Cleary in the number 9. And the next pack back is going to be entering turn 1 right now, leading by Josh Drake. And then the next pack is being led by Billy Workman in the number 44. With his teammate not too far behind him. Tough break for some of these drivers right now. We have 24 cars currently on the lead lap, with Noah DeWister, number 33, being that last lead lap car. Nine laps remaining here at the Daytona 500. Aero Racing Designs looking to kick the season off on a high note. Kyle Morris patiently waiting. Tyler Barkley is in third. The 6 of Maxwell Fye is 1 lap down. But it looks like he's trying to help his teammate the best that he can. Eight to go this time by. Donald, the number 11, trying to get the lap back. He's got some strong competition in front of him. Actually, the 6 of Maxwell Fye is 2 laps down. As we look at some of your other drivers here. David, I'm back and whoa, hang on. The 16 going up in smoke. As we were just talking about a tough break for some of these drivers that are having early race struggles, it looks like the 16 of David Hanks looks like he will be done for the race. And he is behind, going to take that car behind the wall. So tough break for the 16 Wood Brothers Ford of David Hanks, as he is done for the race. Aero Racing Design still leads here with 6 laps remaining. There's Noah Twister, the last car in the lead lap, is not too far ahead of the leaders right now. Here comes the next pack of cars, still leading by Josh Drake and Kyle Danielson behind him. Beeson's going to challenge with Dutch Mafia going to help him out to the inside. Green Flag Studio is going to lose a couple positions in the number 37 car. And looks like pit stops are being made now. And Aero Racing Designs, your leader. He has pulled it into the pits with 5 laps remaining here. Kyle Morris in the 14 leading the charge at the moment. But here comes Tyler Barclay, as Noah Twister is somehow becoming a factor into this. Twister throws the block in here, but now goes back to the high side. NASCAR IndyCar going to throw the block to the inside lane. Who's going to lead this lap? It looks to be Tyler Barclay here with 4 to go. NASCAR IndyCar in the 43. Now a lap down. Noah Twister still trying to hang on. See if any other cars have pitted. There's some of the cars have pitted already. And whoa, Josh Drake going up in smoke as well in the number 13. So it looks like his race is done. As we try to head back up towards the front, and now your leaders are pitting. Tyler Barclay, Cam Cleary, Chris Hughes, and Kyle Morris, your top 4. Who is going to be leading this? It looks to be the 12 of Ryan Steinberg, maybe, with DP Games behind him. With 3 laps remaining, these two could be your leaders. With those top 4 pitting. We will keep an eye on them here. It looks to be Ryan Steinberg now pitting. Can DP Games be the leader? With 2 laps remaining, he's being scored as the leader. DP Games is your leader with 2. JC 1997 is scored back in second in the number 21 car. So with some of the leaders having to pit before the race ended, Now going to cost them. DP Games in the 3. May have played a perfect pit strategy somehow. White flag for DP Games. As everyone knows with the 3 car, the history of Daytona, it took the 3 of Dale Earnhardt 20 years to get into victory lane at Daytona. And then 20 years later, the 3 came back into victory lane with Austin Dillon behind the wheel. Can the 3 of DP Games, in the first time in this series, put the 3 in victory lane? Off of turn number 4, checker flag waving in the air. DP Games wins the Daytona 500. So JC 1997 might be scored in second. Not sure where he is. Up second's going to be the 17 of Tyler Barclay, with Connor Cummins in third, Kyle Morris in fourth, Cam Cleary fifth, Arrow Racing Designs in sixth, Chris Hughes seventh, Julian Beeston in eighth. Ninth is Dutch Mafia, and 10th will be Green Flag Studios. There is the rest of your finishing order. So congratulations to DP Games for winning the Daytona 500. Follow the series on Twitter at Heat eNASCAR. Subscribe to TNT Motorsports Network and follow him on Twitter at ManiaDevil56. We'll see you at Las Vegas. Good night, everyone.